Is now a good time to buy a house? That is the number one question I get at open houses, at barbecues, in my DMs, and I'm going to give you the answer that nobody wants to hear. You're asking the wrong question. And by the end of this video, I'm going to give you the 4 questions that actually answer it, and not one of them is about the market. 10 years of doing this job, and the question has never changed. The market changes, the headlines change. Question? Never. Javier, is now a good time to buy? So today, real talk, this is for anyone sitting on the fence. First home, fourth home, doesn't matter. Stick around because the answer is a bit uncomfortable and it's also the most useful thing I can tell you. Here's the problem with asking, is now a good time to buy? You're asking a question about the market and the market doesn't know you. Think about who answers that question. An agent who gets paid when you buy. The answer is always yes. Always a good time to buy. Best time in years. A headline that gets paid when you click. The answer is always panic. Crash coming. Prices exploding. Pick your fear. Everyone answering that question has an agenda. And none of those agendas include your actual life. Here's what 10 years of doing this has taught me. In every kind of market, hot, cold, sideways, I've watched people buy and win. And I've watched people buy and get crushed. Same market, same cities, sometimes the same week. The difference was never the market. The market is not the variable. You are. So throw out, is now a good time to buy, and ask these 4 questions instead. Question 1, is my income stable? Not, did I have a good month? Stable. If your job, your business, your industry feels shaky, a house doesn't fix that, it amplifies it. A mortgage shows up every single month whether your paycheck does or not. Question 2, am I staying put? A house rewards years, not months. If there's a real chance you're relocating, changing careers, or outgrowing the place in the near term, the cost of getting in and out of a home can eat whatever the market gives you. But if you can see yourself in that home for years, 5, 7, longer, time starts working for you instead of against you. That's the whole game, not timing the market, time in the market. Question 3, do I have a real down payment plus reserves? Notice I said plus. Scraping together every last dollar just to get the keys is how people become house poor. The water heater doesn't care that you just closed escrow. You want the down payment, the closing costs, and months of cushion left over. So the first surprise is an inconvenience, not a crisis. And question 4, the big one, will I own the payment or will the payment own me? There's a number where the payment is comfortable and there's a number where it's technically approved. Those are not the same number. The bank tells you what you can borrow. It does not tell you what you can live with. If that payment means no savings, no vacations, no margin, lying awake at night, the answer is no. I don't care how good the market looks. Let me make this real. 2 clients, both bought with me here in the Conejo Valley. The first couple bought during what everybody, and I mean everybody, was calling a terrible time to buy. Headlines screaming, friends telling them to wait, but their 4 answers: solid income, staying at least a decade, real reserves, a payment with room to breathe. They bought. Years later, they're sitting in a home they love with a payment that feels smaller every year. The second buyer bought in what everyone called a great market, perfect timing on paper, but shaky job, no cushion, stretched to the absolute max on the payment, and within a couple years, life happened like it always does, and that perfectly timed purchase became the most stressful thing in their world. Same agent, same area, opposite outcomes. The market didn't decide who won, their readiness did. Now, here's where I disagree with a lot of the people in my own industry. Sometimes the right answer is don't buy. Not yet. I have told buyers to their face, you're not ready. Let's fix these 2 things first. I would rather lose a sale this year than have you resent the house next year. That's the whole job. My job is not to sell you a house. It's to make sure you don't buy the wrong one at the wrong time for you. And here's the other half most agents won't say because it sounds less exciting. If your life is ready, waiting around for the perfect market is its own mistake. Nobody rings a bell at the bottom. Trying to time the market is a coin flip. Time in the market in a home you can genuinely afford is how regular families in Ventura County and the Conejo Valley have built wealth for generations. And yes, I know everyone wants to talk about rates. One line on that, and that's all it gets. A rate can be changed later. A purchase you weren't ready for is a lot harder to undo. So, is now a good time to buy? Wrong question. Ask these. Is my income stable? Am I staying for years, not months? Do I have the down payment plus a cushion? And will I own the payment or will it own me? 4 yeses, it's a good time for you to buy. And honestly, it almost doesn't matter what the headlines say. 1 or 2 no's, then it's not a bad time to buy. It's a bad time for you to buy. And that is fixable. That's the good news nobody tells you. You can't control the market. Nobody can. But your readiness, that part is 100% in your hands. If you're honestly not sure which side of these 4 questions you're on, that's a conversation, not a sales pitch. Reach out, the link is in the description. I'll give you a straight answer, even if the answer is not yet, and here's your plan to get there. If this helped, hit subscribe. I put out real talk about real estate every week. No hype, no doom, and drop a comment. Which one of these 4 questions are you working on right now? See you in the next one.